Hello again, this is Doug Williams bringing you another incredible car. And I think the opening says it all. This is a 2017 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Now I'm not going to go into a lot of information about this car because I know that the buyer already knows what this monster is. This is a 650 horsepower, unbelievable handling, American-made muscle car that literally will stomp a Hellcat. It'll also beat a Viper and a Z06 on the track. So this isn't your average Camaro. And for those who know the ZL1 and watched all the marketing videos and review videos that are on YouTube about this ZL1, you already know what we're dealing with here, so I don't have to talk a lot about it. But let's just say this car is available for sale at Viva Las Vegas Autos. And this car is a 2,700 miles, right around there, car that a good friend of mine bought brand new. Sits in his garage, and he called me the other day and said, Doug, you know what? I'm just not using that car, and I don't understand why I put it in my garage other than sheer pleasure. So he said, you know what? Let's go ahead and put this thing on the market. He bought it brand new, put those miles on himself. This car's never been raced, never been driven hardcore, nor will you see it driven hardcore like it can be. Believe me, this car can hit on the track and drive on the track like pretty much no other car out there. If you read the specs on this thing, it's beat about every competitor out there. You've got to go to a Porsche GT3 to get the handling characteristics of this car. And this car is like brand new. I mean, it is, for all intents and purposes, brand new. It just has a little over 2,000 miles on it. And it is a badass car. I can't explain it any other way other than this car is just a badass car. Like I said, it has not been abused whatsoever. The owner's a very mature man that likes buying fun cars like this. And like I said, he just decided that, you know what, it sits in the garage more than it is being driven, so why not put it out there for sale. So let's take this thing for a short test drive. Everything works perfect on this car, and the modes and items available for this car are incredible. There's different modes that it can be driven in. Track mode's one of them. We're just going to drive this car today like I wouldn't call myself a little old lady, but I'm going to drive it pretty much like a little old lady today. You're not going to see any drifting. I'm sorry, guys that want to see drifting videos, but my friend would not want me to drift his car, I'm sure, so I'm not going to. So don't ask, don't complain. I mean, you can complain all you want, but I'm not going to care. This video that I do is for my owners to know that the car is functional, drivable, and to give you a walk around on it. There is not a flaw in the paint on this car. There's not a flaw in the interior. The car is, for all intents and purposes, like brand new. It has 2,741 miles on it, and by the time somebody bids and wins the auction on this car, it'll probably have 2,743, and that's just because after our test drive, it'll probably have a little less than that. Then I'm going to take it back to my friend's garage, put it in his garage until it sells. So, like I said, I'm not going to explain a lot about it, but I'll tell you one thing. This car's enjoyable to drive. A lot of times I've had cars that were 1,000 horsepower cars. I've had cars that were I've had Vipers, and they're a great car, lots of fun to drive and everything like that. But they're not a car that really is enjoyable to just take out on the road and spin down the road for a nice drive. The magnetic, electronic controlled ride on this car is incredible. It can just be simple, and as you can tell right now, it's a pretty simple ride. The handling characteristics of this car outrace a Z06 Corvette, outrace a Viper, outrace a supercharged Jaguar. If you read the specs, it pretty much outraces everything except for the, like I said, the all-wheel drive GT3 Porsche. You got to pay a lot more for that car too. But this car drives like a dream too. I mean, 650 horsepower, and you feel like you're driving a comfortable car that you wouldn't think for a second. If you didn't know what 650 horsepower felt like, anybody driving side on the passenger side, they would never know I had that. It drives nice. But when you want to track it and you want to take it out and have fun with it, oh my goodness. This car lights up with its 10-speed automatic transmission, and it kicks it in. And it sounds great too. The shifting patterns. I was listening to one video where it says that even when it knows it's going into, feels the G-strings, it will shift down into the corner. So there it goes, it shifts, just like he said. So you actually feel that shift into the corner. It understands shift modes, cornering and everything like that. Great car though. But when it comes all down to it, we're selling this car. The new owner is going to know that it wasn't raised. And don't send me an email that says, what's your bottom line? I hate that. Don't send me an email that says, what's your reserve? I don't like that either at all. Just get on the frickin' phone and call me and be a real person with real nuts in your pants, and let's make a deal. That's the idea. I want to talk to real people that want to make a deal. We're going to make a deal on this car. And you're going to be the one that gets it if you call and you have a mind in your head, you know what the values on these things are, and you want to buy it for real. I'm going to help you do that. And I'm going to assure you that this car is about as nice as it comes. Doug Williams with Viva Las Vegas Autos. Hope to hear from you soon. It's 702-353-7500. See you next time.